Hey guys, Dr. Ben here. Welcome to a Power Pack Brokerpreneur Byte. Get ready to dive into proven strategies for recruiting top talent, retaining your best agents, and skyrocketing sales in the next 10 minutes. I'm your host, of course, Dr. Ben Spears, along with our real estate guru, Matt Vi. Join us as we unravel the secrets to take your brokerage to new heights. Let's dive in. Hey guys, welcome to yet another episode of the Real Estate Recruiting Podcast. I'm here with my co-host. As always, I've asked him, how you doing, Matt, at least 3 times today. But you know what? You guys don't know how he's doing. So how you doing, Matt?
I'm doing fantastic, Ben. And you
all
know
right,
what?
well,
I appreciate it every time. Every time you ask me, all 68 times in one day. I love the hell out of it. I don't ask you enough, Ben. How are you?
Oh, gosh. Everyone grab a cup of coffee.
Oh, here we go.
No, I'm doing absolutely fantastic. How could I complain? You're not wearing a mask. That makes me feel a little weird, but no, right? All right, guys. So we're going to talk about something. We are going to
ring.
Our absolute best.
Ring.
To not say anything to hurt everybody.
Ring.
To hurt anybody's feelings. Hold on, guys. I got to get this. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, we're gonna be talking about smiling and dialing.
This is absolutely one of my favorite topics.
Yeah.
And so first of all, why is it called smiling and dialing whenever it comes to recruiting, right?
Yeah.
So people, maybe you've heard the phrase before, maybe you haven't heard the phrase before, but if you haven't ever heard it before, and this is the first time you ever heard it, and I say recruiting, smiling, and dialing, probably I'd say half the audience, it puts a pit in their stomach.
Oh, I think half is being
generous,
very conservative.
Right. Man, so many people, when you ask them what is recruiting, smile and dial is literally what they think recruiting is. Yeah. They think it's just picking up the phone, calling people and saying, hey, you had a transaction with me. I was talking to my agent. My agent said you are the greatest thing ever. We should sit down and talk because we're such a great compatible. Right. Okay.
Yeah, and most coaches or so-called experts at recruiting are gonna tell you.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna reaffirm.
You just got to make those numbers.
You got to make those calls.
8 million calls.
Yeah. You only made 900 calls today. No wonder you're not recruiting any.
and the truth is because you can call enough people.
Yeah.
You can, and you're going to hit somebody at that time. Okay, right? So you're going to stumble across them. But smile and dial. The reason why it's called smile and dial, I think, is because you have to dial, and in order to do it, in order to keep picking up that next phone call, you got to smile, man.
Yeah.
You got to pick up that phone. You got to try to be happy about it, right?
Can't have no in your heart.
That's right. Thank you, Joe Dirt. Oh. So when you ask people about defining recruiting, though, that's a big part of what they say, yeah. Right? They say I've got to make those phone calls. Okay, so I was on a coaching call with somebody today, and I made the smile and dial comment, and they kind of laughed, and I said, so that means that you didn't know, because this was one of the free introductory consultations that we do with people, right?
Yep.
And so she kind of laughed, and I said, oh, so you didn't hit your numbers today. And she, kind of quit laughing and said, no, I didn't hit my numbers today. And I said, what if I told you that you having to smile and dial, if you follow what we're talking about, you won't ever have to smile and dial again.
Yeah.
And she started smiling again.
Yeah.
And so what I did is I really quickly went through the script with her of what she could do in order to have a conversation where she didn't have to smile and dial. And at the end of that, I said, did it look like I was struggling to have that conversation with you? And she said, absolutely not. And I said, how hard would it be for you to have that kind of conversation with somebody? And she said, I don't know why. She said, I've been to a lot of recruiting classes. I've been to, she was in a franchise. So she's like, I've been through the franchise classes, all that kind of stuff. She said, I've never run into what you just said and how easy that would make me have the conversation with somebody else that I honestly believes tells them that I want what's best for them, and let's explore it together. And I said, and the reason why is because you're coming from a place that, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. You're coming from a place that is just not where most people come from whenever they recruit. And so we'll circle back around to that. But what do they do, right? They make the co-op calls, right?
Right. Yeah, and I want to touch on this, guys, because I've been holding this joke, for the last 5 minutes.
Here we go.
And it's just, I mean, it's a bad joke. I
You ready?
should say it's a bad joke. But I kind of want to call it smile and dial and dial. Right?
and dial.
Smile and dial. And then grab some soap and wash yourself off because you kind of feel dirty after you do it.
Well, that's not the type of dial it's talking about.
Well,
And-
no.
and-
That's why I say gold dial.
Right, the antibacterial one. But so you're right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't fit so many people.
Yeah.
Okay, and part of it's because of what they say and how they say it.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, we'll dig into why it's that way here in just a few minutes, right? But so calling co-ops, right? Pick up the phone, call your co-ops. Okay, go to open houses, and what do so many gurus and recruiting systems and everything tell you to do? Walk in, have a fake conversation with somebody, and then start following up. Use that as okay. They're going to tell you to start. The new one is stalk people on LinkedIn, right? So stalk people on LinkedIn and use this script, and then you follow up with this conversation. And they've actually got automated robots that do it now.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
I get that
and
all the time.
the chat bot or whatever it is, right? That's all of a sudden getting it. Okay. And then the next thing you know, what do they want you to do? Smile and dial, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you've done all the things, right? You've begged your agents to say like who you've been doing deals with. Please
Right.
just give me their name and number. I don't care. You don't have to set me up.
Right.
You don't have to hook me up with an introduction. Just give me their name.
Right.
You went by the open houses. You grabbed some cards. You wore a mustache.
I've had brokers come in that were competing brokers that have come into offices that were in there for a closing and were literally grabbing the business cards of the people that are on the thing.
Yeah.
That's when you need dial soap.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, that's about as filthy as it gets.
Right. So and then here's what a lot of people sell, right?
Yeah.
So they sell that there's this magic script.
Yeah, the silver bullet.
That's right. And we're not talking about Coors Light.
Yeah, it's like my kids are 7 and 9. This is like Mr. Krabs' Krabby Patty secret recipe.
That's right.
He keeps it in a vault.
That's right.
Right? It's like you cannot get the secret recipe.
And so they're looking for this. They're looking for the silver bullet. And I know I talked just a second ago about, a conversation that I had with that person live, right? And I believe in scripting, okay? But I didn't have to script it with her.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because I'd had enough of a conversation with her that I could actually apply, because I was listening to her. I could apply what she had told me already to our conversation to make it beneficial for her to feel comfortable talking to me more.
Yeah, and the whole purpose was coming from a place that is congruent with you, which is, I just want to help this person.
Yep.
Nothing in return. I don't
Yep.
expect, this isn't coming with strings attached.
Yep.
Right. I'm providing value based on what this person has already had conversations with me
Yep.
about, and I'm saying, listen, like,
Yep.
either no matter what happens, like, I'm here to help you.
Right. Absolutely.